69 square root of x. So here you can see mm, that all numbers would be greater than 1, greater than 0, and we can't use any built-in function. Okay, so we have to find a square root. For 4, the square root would be 2. But let's take an example. If example number 2, the input is 2, so it would be changed to the square root of 8 is 2.882, so we have to round it off to one number, so it would become 2. Okay, so let's jump into the problem and try to solve it. So for this we can use um, a simple for loop. First, let's start with the base case. If the number which is equals to x is equals to 0, then we can simply return here and say return 0. Else we have to we can use a while loop to check statement like I equals to 1, and we can use I by I kind of. So if we take this continue, or here I would become I equals to 4. In the next iteration this would become 3, 9. So if we look into the input provided is x is 8 and output expected is 9. Output is 2. So here you can see that 9 is greater than 8, so we should return 2. Okay, if we take example of 3, 3 is greater than ith iteration, so we have to return a 1. In the same way, if we check an example of 5, so for 5 same we have to return from here, we have to return a 2, because uh, in the third iteration it would be 9, which is greater than uh, 5. So for this we can simply go with the ith loop, check if x is uh, less than equals to output, which is x, and we have to simply increment it. Let's start ith with 1, and in the end we have to return I minus 1. Why we have used I minus 1 here? Because if we take an example of 4, so here I by I would become 4, okay, which is equals to 4. So this means our loop will continue. So here then in the next iteration I would become 3, and 3 by 3 is 9. Okay, so for that condition we have to return I minus 1. Okay, let's see the space complexity or not taking any extra space, so it would become 1. And for 4, here you can see the max iteration would go still 2 count. In the same way for 8 it can go max to 3. So this means it's square root of x. Okay, so let's jump into the coding. Let's start with our base case. If x is equals to 0, then simply return 0. Else let I equals to 1, then we can do I is less than equals to x, then do I plus plus, and simply return I. Oh sorry, I minus 1. Here you can see all are working.